Hidden in the mountains of Thailand's western border, a refugee camp is preparing a ceremony of remembrance. Sunday the 26th of September saw the 3-year anniversary of the Saffron Revolution, where thousands of monks led anti-government protests through the streets of Burma. Umpium Camp, one of Thailand's largest refugee camps, is home to thousands who have fled from Burma after persecution from the military government. Amongst them are many of the monks who were driven out of Burma after their involvement with the protests. As the crowd gathered, it was clear that regardless of having left Burma, these people have not forgotten the government's actions. The day marks the start of the government's brutal crackdown against peaceful protesters, where dozens of monks and civilians are said to have been killed and many more imprisoned. 3 years on, the monks were still focus of the day as they gathered in the camp's makeshift monastery while preparations were made for the remembrance. Waiting in graceful silence, the monks received offerings from the guests before the prayers could begin. Burma, a country with the largest number of monks per person of any population, has great respect for the monastic order, and it will be long before the events of 2007 are forgotten. With food and company aplenty, the atmosphere of the day was upbeat. But as the speeches began, the day took on a more serious tone. Monks spoke to the audience of clergy who are still imprisoned for taking part in the protests. They talked of the bravery of those who led the protests and the importance of strong leadership against a controlling and cruel regime. Umpium's monastery may be small, but the subjects addressed were big ones. The heroic actions of protesters must not be forgotten. Indeed, the strength of the monks should give people the courage to move forwards for a better future for Burma.